talked to them, and they were bothered by a few things, a 15-0 run and some of the other stuff tonight. What are your thoughts on them calling a team meeting? And you like to have a team that sort of takes charge like that when they win a game but don't like how they play?
Well, I mean, that's great that they're, communicating and talking amongst themselves. And you're right, I think we had a 24-point lead. They went on a 15-0 run, and then down the stretch 17-3. And so was disappointed in how we finished the game. I felt like just the sustained energy in the first half wasn't there, but I thought we picked it up in the second half and we were playing well, and just unfortunate that we didn't finish the game better than the way that we did.
Hubert, Caleb,
You go ahead, Michael, then Brian.
Hubert, Caleb has said in the past the one thing he really likes about this team is that a lot of guys are willing to speak up. It's not just one person sort of leading the charge. Is that what you've noticed in your time around them so far?
Yeah, I mean, there's a number of guys that that will speak up, and one of the things that I have encouraged everyone is that everyone should be a leader within their own personality. It's not a situation where, when I was in school where you were waiting for the junior or the senior to be able to speak up and you had to wait your turn. I just don't think it's that way anymore. Whether you're a freshman, walk-on, senior, starter, off the bench, I think the more voices that you hear, the better your team is. So, I like the talking in the locker room, but I like also talking on the court as well.
Brian.
Hubert, I guess kind of going on the slow starts in games this season, I think it was 38-31 at halftime. What have you been seeing in terms of kind of maybe the team starting out slow in the first half and then maybe ramping up the play in the second half?
Well, I mean, I don't necessarily think we started off slow in the first half. Navy, they're methodical in their approach in regards to, switching up defenses, man, zone. When they're in zone, you throw the ball in the middle, they match up man, they pick up full court, three-quarter court, just a number. Sometimes they play football, which means that, they don't switch any off the ball, then they go switch everything. And so for this new group, new team to be able to read and adapt through the changes, I felt like it took us to the second half to really get a rhythm. We got stops, we got out in transition. I mean, that's this, once we get stops and we're able to get out in transition, that's when we're at our best.
Hey, Coach, Navy represents more than basketball. They're a service academy, and a lot of those guys, once they're done playing, they'll be going on to serve in front military for 4 or 5 years. What does that mean for your program to compete against a team that has that mission, and what can you learn from that?
Well, a number of things. I've been to the Naval Academy. We played there, and was it the 15-16 season, and we were there for 3 or 4 days and just saw the commitment that they make every day. I've been at West Point, I've been to the Citadel, and my wife is an Army child, and so I understand the sacrifice that all of them make for us to be able to experience the life that we all live. And it's an act of service, and it's an act of service not just for themselves, but it's bigger than themselves. And so that's a message that I've preach to our guys, is that playing here in North Carolina is an act of service. It's not just about you. It's about the we. It's about our team. It's about our program, this university and community. And I always believe that you're at your best when you go outside of yourself and you're playing for more than just yourself.
Jeremiah and Andrew.
I know you guys have already, going on the road for an exhibition game next week at the Fort Myers. I know you haven't necessarily looked deeply into those teams yet, but when it comes to just, getting outside of Chapel Hill and you kind of learning this, iteration of this team through 5 games, what are some of the things you're kind of looking forward to out of that trip when it comes to, like I said, building on these first 5? Yeah,
whether it's home or road, it's much different than last year. Someone told me that our 5th game last year, where our 4th game was in Hawaii and our 5th game was in Maui last year. And so we've had 5 straight home games. I think the thing that I'm most excited about is not just focusing that we're going to a neutral site or away from here. I'm excited that we get to practice on us. I felt like over the last 2 to 3 weeks, we've been practicing, but we've been preparing. Having games on Friday and Tuesday and Friday and Tuesday, I feel like there have been preparation practices as opposed to just focusing on us. And so not playing until next week, we've got a full week where we can work on us, and that's the thing that I'm most excited about.
Andrew, then Noah.
How much of it is, of the next week, is ironing on some things, maybe fixing some things, and how much of it is adding
Both.
some stuff that you guys haven't really added?
All of it. All of it. It's ironing stuff out, fixing stuff, adding stuff. We just started the season 3 weeks ago. And so obviously it's not a finished product, but it's something that's worked on every day. And so now we'll have an opportunity for a little bit this week to really prepare and change and tweak and pivot some things on us that, as I said before, I'm really excited about.
Noah, then Rod.
It feels like when Caleb dunks the ball, it just gives a different type of energy maybe than
It
when someone
does.
else does. Why do you think that is?
I don't know, but it's his game ignites us. It ignites the crowd. It gets us going. It's not a verbal rah-rah, but his game just does that. And in the second half, the plays that he made just instinctively just brought everything up, and that's the type of person, the presence that he brings, but it definitely comes from his game.
Rod, then last two, RL and Shelby.
Hubert, how do you get those guys to kind of maintain that killer instinct when you're up 24 and play to that standard rather than the scoreboard?
Yeah, continue to talk to them about it, show them on tape. You have to show kids. You just can't tell them. They got to see it. And that's a part of our growth, to get to that level, but to be able to sustain it. And that's something that we've got to grow, and we've got to do it quickly.
You had good play from your bench in earlier games, but tonight didn't seem as smooth when a lot of reserves were in there. What did you see from your bench tonight?
Yeah, I played 11 guys, and so a number of guys had an opportunity, a chance to come in and make impact out there on the floor. I felt like each one of them did something, whether it was on offensively or defensively, that made a positive impact to help us pull away and help us win. It doesn't work without our bench. We need a number of guys consistently playing at a high level, and I feel like we have a bench that can do that.
Last one, Shelby.
Just talking with Henry after the game, he said that he felt like on.
Who is this?
Henry, sorry.
Okay, sorry, I'm sorry.
No, you're good, you're good. I need to project a bit more, but just felt like messed up on some of the switches, maybe late on some things. Obviously, it's right after the game, but I just wanted to see if you had any sort of explanation on that, and how did you see that?
I agree with them.
Yeah.
The communication out there on the floor has to get better. The listening and being able to apply the communication has to be better. And those are things that, one of the many things that I think we need to work on this week. And just being better at communicating and being able to execute off that communication. And there were a number of times that we did not do that tonight.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it.